Hello beginners, newcomers, welcome to Sword Online Income Factor. My name is MikuChibi and today I will talk about a specific banner that you guys have only access to. I believe you guys have access to one of the best for any starter, any beginners player that you start to play Sword Online Income Factor. And the one I'm talking about is a Head Start Step Up Order, which is only available for 72 hours after the start of the game. Yes, that banner. That banner is really good for beginner that you start up a game. The reason why it's so good is that on step 1, it only costs 250 Arcana gems to do a multi. Yes, to do a multi, and in that multi you are guaranteed to get a 4-star. 250 Arcana gems is really cheap. You can easily get it back within the next 5 days when you're only doing your daily mission. Doing daily mission, every day you get 50 Arcana gems for completing a full daily mission. So after 5 days, you have got you back 250 Arcana gems. Yes, that is really nice. Not only that, it's only features sword skill, which is really nice because sword is really good, and I will talk more about it later on in this video. So you new players, beginner, you are really lucky because this one is new. They just updated it and it's much better than previous one. So in this video I will talk about more about the banner. I will talk more what skill record there are in this banner, and also what step is worth it, or is it worth it to do a full rotation. More about that later on in this video, but now let's talk about this banner. So in front of you we have the newest Head Start Step Up Order, which is only available for 72 hours after the start of the game, meaning newcomers, new players, you guys have one of the best Head Start order for beginners. Yes, for those that are returning players, old players, you guys won't have this one. There's no like welcome back order that you can do. This is only for new players, newcomers. Sorry. So welcome newcomers, new players. You guys have one of the best Head Start order for beginners. Now let's talk more about the banner. On the right side, you see there's some steps, step 1 to step 5. On step 1, you are guaranteed to get a 4-star, random 4-star, for only 250 Arcana gems, which is definitely worth to do. 250 is really cheap. You can get them easily within the 1 week if you're just doing daily. It's really nice. And on step 2, you are guaranteed to get a random Kirito skill record for only 1250, which I think is definitely worth it to do, because there are some really good Kiritos skill in the banner, which I'm gonna talk more about later on. Step 3 and step 4, step 5, a little bit more expensive, or this is just a regular price for only 2500 Arcana gems, but you are guaranteed to get a 4-star. So on step 3, you're guaranteed to get the Ali skill record. Step 4, a guaranteed Yuuki skill record. And step 5, you are guaranteed to get 2 Kirito skill record, which is really nice. And after you've done one rotation, which is going through step 1, step 5, you will go back to step 1, which you can do another summoning if you want to. You will also see on this yellow text here, all 4-star skill record are one-handed sword, meaning in this banner they will only give you sword skills. Yes, only sword skill. So if you want to be a Kirito main, there you go, you will get only sword skills. Real nice. Though there's some bad and good things about this. Now let's talk about the good things. Good thing is that it only has sword skill, and the reason why is because sword skills is really strong early game, mid game, and late game. Early game you can clear the content really easily with your sword because they give a lot of sword skill during the story event. Mid game you can start progressing if you somehow manage to get a mod skill, which is really strong for any players, and we still use it till this day. So it's really good, and you have access to one of the best mod fodder for mod sword, so that's nice. And late game you're going to start building a specific element, and for slash, sword is stronger than dagger because sword deal more damage, so that's why sword is really good. Now the bad thing is with this order is that it doesn't have other weapons, so there is no rapier, no axe, no dagger, no mace, no bow. What weapon am I missing now? Oh, okay, who cares? Anyway, you can't get other weapons, which the previous Head Start order had. In this previous Head Start order, you were able to get other weapon types, for those that want to try other weapons to start to make something else. But mostly this skill in the previous banner, they weren't that really good. Some skill record needed some specific skill to be able to work. In that banner, only most one was worth it yet, but that is if you were rerolling. So that is only one of the bad things about this head start order. And also for those that just came to start to play the game, you won't have access to this one. I think this one was also really worth to try because you're guaranteed to get a 4-star skill record. And a 4-star skill record is still useful during the story, but they remove it, so you are only having this one for now. Really sad. So let's talk about what skill record you can get in this banner. Right here you will see all the sword skill you can get on the head start order. We have Kirito skill, Yuuki skill, Lifa skill, Juju skill, Ali skill, Sanya Surya Rain, AJ Eldrid Ronin Klein, and Asuna Yui. So these are the skill record you can get if you are pulling on the head start order. And on step 1, you are guaranteed to get any of these skill record, so one of these. So if you're lucky, somehow you manage to get Kirito, then on step 2, you're guaranteed to get another Kirito skill, hopefully not a dupe. So that is 9. Step 3, you are guaranteed to get the Ali skill, so any Ali skill here. Step 4, guaranteed to Yuuki skill, so any Yuuki skill is here. And step 5, you're guaranteed to get 2 Kirito skill. Right. So what skill record are really good here? Now let's have a look at Kirito first. But before I talk about the skill record, first thing you want to know is that Mod Sword is really strong here in this game. For early game, mid game, late game, like I said mentioned, Mod skill is really strong, so you want to try to aim for Mod Sword. And there are also other weapon type. We have Awakening skill, which is this red background here. Awakening skill is still really good, but you will get them a lot more in the future. Active skill, they are strong, but they mostly act as a support in this game later on. Then we have some really old skill, burst skill, which doesn't really matter because Kirito doesn't have that really good burst skill in this banner specific. So yeah, so there are different type. If you're looking for newer skill record, for example, full burst, though doesn't exist in this banner. Maybe next year in the future if they're going to update the head start order. But for now, you only have mod skill, access skill, connect skill, awakening skill, burst skill, and regular skill. That's all. No full burst. Let's talk about what skill record is really good. Like I mentioned, Mod Sword is really strong. So on Kirito, he has 8 Mod Sword. So I made it easier to you guys to see. We have on the first line here, Mod Sword, 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 Mod Sword. Really, really good. Now there are 3 type skill that is kind of weak. This skill here, kind of weak because it's Earth Element. Earth Element in Sword is kind of weak, but they are still useful. Some other content, but they are one of the weakest elements. Somehow Earth is one of the weakest. Then we have Fire Mod Sword here. This one is the first Mod Sword and now have been getting power crept, so it is weaker but it's still useful. This one is a Slash Holy, really old, still a little bit weaker. It is a weaker Mod Sword but still useful. This one is also weaker but still can be useful. Any Mod Sword is useful as long you don't get any of these 2, but if you do end up getting these 2, that is fine. Now, if you don't get any of this skill, but you get something else, for example, you get Piercing Hero, I think Piercing is still worth to get, but other Kirito skill, nah, definitely not worth to getting. Your goal is try to get Kirito skill if you want to have a mod skill. On Yuuki skill, she also have many mod sword. Most popular mod sword, I would say, is this one here. This one is really popular, but you can only use it if you have the mod fodder, which you have access when you're doing the game. You have access to one of the best mod fodder for sword, which you can try to use. But if you somehow are really lucky and manage to get its mod fodder, yes, Yuuki has her own mod fodder, which is this one. This one is really strong and it only works for this Yuuki mod sword here. So if you manage to get this mod sword and its fodder, then you have a really good set to start with. You're really lucky then. Lifa, she's fine. She has some really cool skills here, but they're kind of outdated. The only thing I would recommend getting, actually none of them is I really recommend getting. Maybe a mod sword if you're looking for slash wind, but that's fine. Yujo, he has really cool skills, especially these two, fire slash mod sword and holy slash mod sword. Really good, really nice to get. If you somehow manage to get Yujo on this first step, then the end of this mod, really nice. Now for Alice, you are guaranteed to get the Alice skill record if you go to step 3. On step 3, you can get end of this skill record here. The only thing that is really good here is these two. They are also mod sword. Dark AoE, which is really good. Slash AoE would increase also your switch gain, really nice. Now, if you somehow manage to get this skill here, Night of Resolution Alice, it is the same mod fodder as the free one, the Azure Swordsman Yujo. So if you do manage to get this Alice skill here, then you have access to build 2 mod sword in your set. Yes, if you get this mod fodder here and you also somehow manage to get 2 mod sword, then you can run dual mod sword build, which is really nice, really strong, really still useful. And then we have rest of the skill record and Sanya, Saraya, Rain. They are nice, but you don't really need them so much. AG, all the characters here, and they're fine, but I definitely don't really recommend getting them early. They aren't that useful in late game, mid game, so hopefully you don't get any of this skill here. Asuna skill, yes, she has 1 sword, even though she is a rapier user. This one is alright, but I don't really recommend using it. Only good for story, mostly. For content, hard content, solo content, nope, not that good. Now this one, Yui, this one is also a mod sword, a slash holy. This one does require though more Yui skill record to be able to use. So if you manage to get this one, hopefully you do get other Yui skill. There are 2 free Yui skill that you can get. So hopefully you're focusing on getting those, so you can use your mod Yui if you somehow manage to get it, right? So that was all the skill record, and now let's talk about what step are worth to summon on, or if the banner is worth to summon on. Now you might wondering, is this head start order really good for beginners and is it worth to summon on? In my opinion, it is definitely worth to summon on because on step 1, it only costs 250 Arcana Gem to summon on and is easily to get it back. Step 2, a little bit cheaper, but you're guaranteed to get the Kiritos skill, and the rest is up to you. I think step 1, step 2 are really worth it if you want to start the game, trying to progress. Step 3, 4, and 5, it is fine but a little bit more expensive, but it depends how you play this game. So for example, if you're new players but you just want to enjoy the story, enjoy the gameplay, etc., you can go to any step if you want to. You can keep summoning on this one, use to try the new skills here, new sword skills, or you can try other banners. That's fine for me. But if you are towards competitive, more competitive, trying to get stronger, I would say step 1, step 2 is definitely only worth it. Step 3, sure, you can get 2 mod sword and 1 fodder and some other ally skill there, but I think it's kind of risky because it's still 3 of what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 3 of 16 yet end of the ally skill. That's if you're really lucky. Same goes for Yuuki. She has a lot of skills here, but you have to go to step 4, which is kind of expensive. So in total, if you go to step 4, in total you have spent 6,500 Arcanas already, which is not really easy to access because you need to progress through the story pretty long to have a lot of these Arcana gems. So I still think step 1, step 2 is definitely worth it to summon on if you're trying to be more competitive. And when you try to be more competitive, you want to try to aim for mod sword, of course. Mod sword. Step 1, mod sword. If you somehow manage to get a mod sword already, you can actually don't need to do step 2. But step 2, you have a little bit high chance to get a mod sword here. But Kiritos skill is also same level as Alice and Yuuki, where you have risk to get our skill. But here, I think they are fine. They're really good for story. Piercing hero is fine. Black Swordsman, Kirito is fine, this fine. As long as you get Awakening Connect skill, is fine. Regular skill is alright, but they doesn't matter. As long as you do get a Mod Sword, that's fine. So if you want to be competitive, Mod Sword is one to go, right? So why do I recommend for competitive only to do step 1 and step 2? Well, if you're trying to competitive, you want to catch up with the meta. Meta right now is time to have a decent build and have one specific build, and you want to save a lot of Arcana gems because future banners will always be a little bit stronger than older ones. Older ones have decent multiplier, but new ones will always be better and stronger. It's like Tower Fantasy if you play that. In Tower Fantasy, some characters get easily power created by new characters because in that game, newer weapons, new characters is always stronger than older ones, is always meta. So if you want to catch up with the meta, you want to always have the new skills and try to build around them. That's it. For those that like to collect characters, for example, if you're a big fan of Yuuki, then you can try to go here if you want to, but there are better banners out there when it's coming to focus on characters. For example, if you like Yuuki, you can save up your Arcana gems to aim for Yuuki birthday banner. Yes, we have birthday banner for characters, so Yuuki's birthday banner is on May, so you can save your Arcana gems for that. If you're going for Alice, you can save for Alice. But since this video is later on, Alice's birthday banner is already gone for this year, so you have to wait for next year. So you can save your Arcana gem if you are saving for a specific character that you like to collect. So I don't really recommend them to summon on this one because it's definitely not worth it. It's definitely more worth it if you're saving up. Summarize, hairstyle order is really good and you should aim for step 2, step 3 if you're a more competitive line. But if you're not competitive, then you can pretty much skip. Then you can do whatever you want. You can do to step 5 if you want, or do another rotation if you want, as long as you play within the next 72 hours. Because after 72 hours, the banner is gone. You can't get it back anymore. So if you just done like step 3 and you want to go step 4, but the banner is gone, then you will never be able to get a chance to do step 4 anymore. So yeah. Rerollers, yes, I forgot, rerollers. If you're trying to reroll, you want to try to aim to reroll on step 1. You don't need to go to step 2. Step 1 is more easier, faster, because step 2 you need to collect 1250, which you need to complete floor 2, I believe, to get this kind of Arcana gems. So step 1 is more easier access, easier to reroll on. On step 1, you're mostly aiming for Mod Sword. If you want to be that guy that is really picky about skill, you can try to get Yuuki mod and her father. If you manage to get that, you're good to go. You can clear any slash content with it if you want to. Or if you're the other guy that want to run double mod sword, then you can run. Then you can try also get Alice mod father if you want to. So that means you will try to get 2 mod sword and 1 Night Resolution Alice, right? But if you want to be end game, if you want to be that hardcore rerollers, then you can try to get both of this Yuuki skill and also Night Resolution Alice if you can that. If you do manage to get that, good luck. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful for you that you started the game. If it was helpful, please leave a like on this video, and if you have any question, let me know. I will try to answer every single question if I see them. And the other question that is not related to Sword Art Integral Factor, there's a low chance I will reply to them. So yeah, that's for me. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Take care now, and bye bye.